do that roll call.
Lucky.
Ramon Carroll. I'm here. Tessa Wilson. Absent. Christopher Lauer. Mario Apple. Elaine Manacci. I'm here. Kenneth Pinero. Here. Selena Gallinari. She's not here yet. Evelyn Castillo. Mr. Donald Conyers.
Okay, I'd like to introduce the senior supervisor superintendent, Mr. Diana.
What?
What?
As part of my first vice president's report, I'd like to remind the audience of the upcoming DEP vote at 6 p.m. on April 26th at Prospect Heights campus, 883 Plaza Avenue, New York. The DEP vote concerns us as a district beginning with children, and it's going to be co-located here with IS 71. The closure, immediate reopening, and co-location of John Erickson Middle School 126. The closure, immediate reopening of and co-location of Waterloo High School K610 are all up for PEP vote. To continue on with open issues from the last CEC meeting, the phase out of PS19 and phase in of PS414, and the supports that are being offered here with us to discuss this and answer those questions on this matter is Mrs. Margarita Nell, Network Leader of PS19, and Ms. Carrie Marlin from the DOE Department of Education.
Good evening, District 14. My name is Carrie Marlin. I'm here from the Department of Portfolio Planning at the DOE. There have been a lot of questions about supports to be offered to PS19 as it phases out. So here with us tonight is the network leader of PS19, and the networks are tasked with supporting schools in all stages. So Margarita is here to talk about the work that she's done with PS19 since she became the network leader this past fall, and the work she's doing now with Ms. Witherspoon and her team to make sure that those students and teachers are supported in the best way possible. There have been questions about leadership. There are no changes planned for leadership, so Margarita is really going to speak to how she's working with the team that's in place at PS19 now, and what can be done right now to really strengthen what's going on there. So, thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the project leader of PS19. We actually have a number of 9 schools in District 14, all elementary schools. And I just want to introduce my staff members that are here, Cynthia Felix, who's our deputy, and Carter White, who's the director of operations. PS19 joined the network this past fall. At that point, the decision for closure was already something that was being discussed, not only by the state, but by the city. We came to partner with PS19, knowing that it had been a city school for 10 years, that over the last 2 years, the students were performing at the 22nd percentile in ELA and mathematics, that the school had received a JIT report, which was a joint intervention review by the state, which is a public document, and there were some issues that were glaring around leadership, curriculum, and instruction. And while the school had a history in the past of being very successful in educating children, and in fact, when we had public meetings, there were many alumni that would come and speak to the quality education they received at Public School 19 over the years. We found when we went to the school in September that the instruction was antiquated, the children were not really reaching their potential and their capacity. There were issues around compliance, and so using the accountability, the performance, the state review, as well as the environmental survey, the parents were saying, the teachers were saying, we decided to put a plan in place to address some of the issues and to see if we could get some momentum and some movement there. Over the year, we've been fortunate that the school did receive a magnet grant, and that grant has allowed us to provide tremendous resources to the school that they would otherwise not have gotten. Those resources have helped the school partner with Benzuli Learning. Our team of teachers went to conference last year, which is looking at enrichment programs, many of the strategies we use across our school for kids who are not only gifted, but kids in our general education class, to ensure that they are receiving project-based learning, that teachers are assessing kids, that they're making decisions about how to group children and to reach them wherever they are by looking at their work and being more analytical about that instruction. So they're receiving a tremendous amount of resources. We've talked in 74 contact hours at that school. There's an expert in literacy, in math, in special education. We revamped in their ESL program. That was one of the issues that parents had around dual language. Well, that's a program that we wish had been maintained in the building. It wasn't this year. I don't know why. What we were able to do is to bring in some more status teachers to work with students to ensure that the students who are mandated for services were receiving them. And in fact, the ESL program now has 3 people common playing time. Teachers in classrooms have second language strategies that they use to increase the amount of materials that students were receiving and taking home so that they can have more support in English language arts. Our teachers are going to a tremendous amount of PD. They have exemplars in the building, exemplars in that program. They have Orsies working around writing instruction. So there's a myriad of PD that's going on in the building, and the teachers are embracing. But this is closing. So we just want to make sure that those services are provided to the kids that will remain there over the next 2 years.
We understand that this is closed out, and it sounds great, all the services that you guys are putting in there, ads and presents. But what does this mean for next year and thereafter when this number of students start to diminish? Yeah, all of these services that you're mentioning, fantastic. But what this means next year and the year after, as the number of students diminish, how will your services change? Because we know with less money, less services become available. So what will that, see, we're concerned, like, what's going to happen with the kids that are left behind? Because right now, all of them are there. But what happens when they're left behind? You could answer.
I just want, excuse me, in terms of procedure, like the Congresswoman would like to ask some questions. When will there be an opportunity for that?
There'll be an opportunity in about 30 minutes.
So all people presenting will remain for those questions?
Those, yes.
And we will make sure that you get a chance before we at the beginning. Promise her that.
I want to add something to what she said. I have been nervous. 2 days ago, I had a call from PS19. One of them is already telling me to take me either to PS17 or take me to 132. This parent is afraid that the state actually just did it. And only because they came from the Dominican Republic. So the child will start getting English this year. They're afraid that they were not going to do well at that stage. And she still feels that her kid is not getting. Now I understand you're starting to work with your 19. But I have to address this parent. You understand what I got here?
We forgot to give you a chance to answer my question.
Well, good news is that we were told that the magnet grant that PS19 has received will continue in that building next year. That will allow the school to have the resources that they need continue the programs that